Hello, everyone. I feel like it's been a hot minute. Let me try to get situated in my chair here. It's been a hot minute since I have done a WIP and chat, and I don't really have an excuse, honestly. Well, I mean, we did snow, so, you know, that was magical, and I was all busy with that, but, you know. Anyway, so today, what I'd like to do is do a WIP and chat, and I'm going to be working on February for my calendar from Diamond Art Club. And I'm still working on Flower Shop Ghosts, and I'm embarrassed to admit that I'm going along very slowly. It's not going nowhere near as fast as I thought it would. It does, even though there is a lot of color blocking and it's white. It's 3865. So, and you know, it just looks so gappy to me, but I think it's just me, honestly. So, anyway, but I also wanted to do a little unboxing here of some things I got. Was hoping to put them out for on my lives on Wednesday. If I have like gotten something during the week or over the weekend from a small shop, I like to show you during my live. But this, I was late getting it. Well, the snow stopped it from coming, and then, you know, so anyway, it got delivered, but I don't want to wait till Wednesday. So, and this here is from Enabler's Outpost. And she had posted they were having a little bit of financial difficulty. And so I was like, well, hey, she had a sale. And so I was like, well, I love her little pins. So anyway, so she sent 2 Reese's. That was very sweet. And a Sudoku, which I've never done. Maybe I'll take this because it's easy, it says, and get my son to help me because he likes to play. Ooh. Tim Tam. There's no substitute. It's a cookie. Arnott's. I do not think I've ever heard of this. Huh. I'm sure maybe, I don't know. I've never heard of it. Well, I will try it though, I can assure you. And then a little sticker, little penguin. And then the pen. And I love their mini pens. Or they're small pens anyway. I call them mini. They're not like some minis, but anyway. Hey. Goodness. I can't get it open. That was Maggie. I don't know. Just a little bit of a drama queen, but then it involves Snoopy, and he's a little bit of a bully. So, gosh. Oh. Do I have scissors? Please tell me I have scissors. Oh, jeez. I don't see scissors. Oh, I really want to open it. All right, see if that helps. I use my teeth, which you're totally not supposed to do. Oh my God, I am constantly reminded of my limited use in my fingers. All right, y'all. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Jeez, oh Pete. But isn't that gorgeous? I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can on the camera, but that's translucent. I can see the sun coming up through it. So like when I look, it's purple. When I look, I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really cool. It's really pretty. Love, love, love their pens. I got a good grip, and I'm a flipper, and these are easy to flip. So I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you, Edward and Elizabeth. I appreciate it. I will link their, they have actually a YouTube channel. I will link it down below. And then my next thing I got is, I got this from my Flower Shop Ghost kit, and this is from a Magic Crafts by Cindy. Let's see, get the invoice off here. And it's Pink Ghost. Isn't that cute? See, I really think that'll look cute on my Flower Shop Ghost. Yeah, I love them. Absolutely love them. I've ordered from her before. I have some of hers. But yeah, I think that's going to look really cute. And then whenever I do the, what is the Market Cafe Ghost or something? I can't remember the name of it. And then she sent some samples in here. So there's some samples of different sizes that she has. Let's open them up and see. Now, I find this, I did see these advertised on her site, and I was like, that's interesting, you know? This would be good if you had, you know, like if you could buy some that matched up with this, because sometimes on your canvas you get little pieces, but I think these are cool. I should try them sometimes. This might work really good if for like super high confetti, you know, where you got so many color changes. Yeah. These here, I do have some of these small ones. They're just a tad too small for me, but again, I think given the right situation, they'd be perfect, but I do think those are beautiful. And then this here, of course, is my favorite size. Aren't these beautiful though? Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. And let's see. She's a Magic Crafts by Cindy on Etsy.com. So I will link her. Oh, and look, here's another one. This, oh, it gets smaller, y'all. I didn't even notice that. Look at this one. Oh, wow. This one feels thicker. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but I love this. I think that's so pretty. I may have to order some of those in the bigger size just because I think it's pretty. So anyway, yep, there's my little show and tell. So I'll set this aside. And then we can start on chatting and finding out what's been going on with you, what's been going on with me. So I'm doing this, you know, this is the calendar from Diamond Art Club from their website. Now this says February, May supplement. So I went ahead and pulled it out because obviously it must go with February, right? So does this have static? It's hard to say. Hard to say. Well, let's see here. If it does, then oh, I'm gonna have to pause you so I can go get some scissors. I should have done that earlier instead of letting you watch me struggle. So hang on, it won't be any time for you. Okay, and I'm back. All right, let's see here. I am using my Yellow Dog designs. This was the Richard Lorenz 2025. I've already completed my kits for that, but I'm still going to use this tray. So let's get this off. I do not kit up with these. I know a lot of people complain and say, you know, they wish it was all, excuse me, in one thing so that they could kit it up, but I don't kit it up. So it's not something I want to do. And I like taking out just what I need. In fact, I don't really like having to have that, but we'll see. Because it looks like I'm going to have to save those for May, which isn't a big deal. I've got some baggies. No big deal. But I'd rather just do the month and move on to the next. And I guess if you're going to sit there and do the whole thing at one time, that might make sense, but for me it does not. So, all right, let's start out with number 1, shall we? Oops. All right, no static, so, well, a little bit, but not too bad. Not too bad. I think rounds don't have static as much, I don't think. All righty, let's see here. So what has been going on, y'all? What have y'all been up to? I mean, I think it's been a while. You know, I see some of y'all in the lives, but not all of you. So, how are y'all doing? Let me know. How's the weather where you are? It's been insane. Well, I say it's been insane. We had a snowstorm. For us, I would definitely call it a snowstorm. on, well, it started Monday. And y'all, today is Friday as I'm filming this, Friday afternoon. And there is still snow on some roofs and in some yards. I mean, it's just a little bit, but if it's not in the sun, then yeah. So, but it's warmed up. I mean, earlier I think it was like 61 outside, so it's warmed up. So yeah, but that was, we've had snow since 1973, but usually it's a dusting. But this reminded me of 1973 when we had inches, and I would say we had about 4 or 5 inches here. It was insane. I mean, insane. People were building really big snowmen. I did not. Well, first of all, I mean, I have some gloves, but they're not snow gloves. But it was quite magical to watch, you know, because it was coming down, and then the wind started blowing. I was like, oh my God, are we going to have a blizzard? Next thing you know, we're going to say we're going to have an avalanche. But no, that didn't happen. And all the way to Galveston. So people were building snowmen on the beach out of snow. And that happened also in 2004. In fact, I think in 2004, Galveston actually got more snow than we did inland. So, which is crazy, right? But I think everybody except for South Florida, maybe, yeah, pretty much South Florida, everybody else was pretty much in a deep freeze there for a little bit. But best we can tell, no harm, no foul, no busted pipes. Max was really good about getting them wrapped here. And then at the other house that we're remodeling, he just turned the water off altogether. So, and they've turned it back on because, you know, they're still working on it. And I think it's, you know, I don't see any leaks, that we can't see any obvious leaks anyway. So hopefully, fingers crossed, none crop up. So anyway, I have 2 unboxings to do. One is a Diamond Art Club, and the other is Jaded Gym Shop. And I've been waiting for this kit. I got it on Black Friday, so it's taken it a while. But, you know, she's also out of California, so there were delays because of that, you know, because of the fires in Southern California. And then it gets to Texas, and there's more delays because of ice. So it came today, though, and I want to do an unboxing because I want to open it, but I'll do that later. I won't do it on here because I like to give more detail than I can get into here. So pretty excited about it. And I bought it because I thought, well, because Anthony over at Single and Placing, he's done some Henry Clives, and I'm like, you know, I just like his style. So I went to Jade to see, I was like, let me see if they have anything that I like. And usually they're like pinup girls, but this one is not. And I was like, heck yeah. And then after I ordered it, I found out that Anthony is considering, I think strongly considering, doing a Henry Clive event. You know, this year, or last year I should say, 2024, he did an Alphonse Mucha event, which I did participate in. I did Seasons, Winter 1896 from Diamond Art Club. So, yeah, if he does a Henry Clive, then I will definitely have something to work on. I would say I could do it for Summer with the Masters, and certainly I can, but I have several kits that I could choose from for Summer with the Masters, and part of me is like, if you're going to do something for Summer with the Masters, go back and get one of your older kits and work your way out, you know. Quit putting other stuff in front like I did Flower Shop Ghost. It was like, nope, you scooch up here. So, But yeah, you know, I haven't, I worked on it a little bit yet last night, but not much. I don't know. I mean, I was all gung-ho to start, and I still love it. I still want to finish it. I mean, that has not changed. I still love the kit, and I'm loving the colors. None of that has changed. I think I kind of spoiled myself with doing really small kits. And now I'm kind of up against the wall because I have, I have a WIP from Art and Soul, Sugar Skull Dachshund. So I have that one that's kitted up. And y'all, and so then I've got Flower Shop Ghosts. And so it's like, I can't have two WIPs just put in a corner, kitted up, because I did not bring all my storage. And it's in storage. And I've got too much storage to turn around and just go buy more storage when I'm not going to need it, hopefully, that much longer. So, I don't know. It's like I'm going to have to finish this before I start on something else, but it's like the Reagan-thon is starting. I do have a kit for that. So, I don't know. I don't know. I am going to have to pause y'all in a little bit because I have made the pups some dog food. Just used some chicken breasts and carrots and sweet potatoes. I threw a little bit of broccoli in there, broccoli florets, and rice, brown rice. Did I say carrots? I think I did. And so now I cooked the chicken and all the veggies in my, well, not mine, it's my son's, because my Instant Pot is packed away. So I made it in his, and now I've got the rice cooking, but I just heard it beep, so I don't know if that means it's up to temperature and now it's cooking, or if it's through cooking and now it is in the process of cooling down. I don't know. And then here in a little bit I'll go check because I need to start having it cool off so the pups can eat in a little bit. I think I've created monsters though, because yeah, they are really liking. This morning they didn't have any homemade dog food, so I made them a 3-egg omelet and split it. It's just the egg, there was nothing else in it. And chopped that all up in their bowls, and they were happy campers. Oh goodness. Let's see. We've got to be careful with these 6s and the 8s. They look a lot alike. Okay, let's do 8s. Come on. Come on. Yeah, speaking of weather, like we were talking about earlier, I was seeing pictures of New Orleans, and I was like, oh my gosh, they had a lot of snow. A lot of snow. So that's kind of cool. But believe it or not, once upon a time, well, I mean, I think 1895, there was 20 inches of snow in the Houston area. I wasn't alive back then, so I can't attest. But I do remember, like, reading in some of the Houston history books and whatnot, like in Beaumont and Pasadena. I mean, cows were literally died out in the fields from being froze. You know, what's crazy, I mean, if their weather is like our weather, and I'm sure it is, I mean, yeah. In 1895, they didn't have a weatherman to say, hey, guess what? You know, you've got a cold front coming. And all they know is, you know, well, it's 70 degrees outside. Then they wake up the next morning and it's 21 degrees outside and it's freezing. It's like, oh gosh. Yeah, at least we have weather people that can Go, it's going to be cold. I mean, you figure the storm in 1900 that hit Galveston, there was no warning that there was a hurricane coming. And, you know, you don't know until, guess what, there's a hurricane. So, by then it's too late. If you never haven't had a chance to read, I think it's called Isaac's Storm. And it's based on a man who, well, obviously lived through the storm of 1900. And I highly recommend, if you like history, or you even care about Galveston or anything, you may not. But my grandmother's mother was there. She was a young girl. She was there. Well, she wasn't, you know, a young, I mean, she wasn't like a kid. She was, by those standards, I guess she was a woman. I don't know. Because that was in 1900, and my grandmother was born in 1912. So, well, yeah, she could have been like 12 or 13 then. But anyway, she was in Galveston during the storm. She had gone to visit friends. And, you know, needless to say, they had no warning, but she survived it. But she would tell my grandmother stories. You know, she remembered, you know, they had so many deaths, and so many people got washed out to sea from the storm surge. And then when it came back, you know, after the eye of the storm passed over, all these bodies kept floating up, and then they tried to take them out to sea because they had too many bodies. I mean, this is 1900. There was no refrigeration or embalming or any of that. And so they were taking them out and dumping them, and they were washing back up. Can you imagine? I cannot. But yeah, I mean, you read about it, and it's like, oh my God, that had to have been absolutely terrifying. Just terrifying. I mean, these houses, well, parts of Galveston still are missing, you know. Parts of the alphabet are still gone. They're just not there anymore. They used to be, but not anymore. I mean, the hurricane just wiped it out. Just disappeared off the face of the planet. And honestly, I think every time a hurricane hits like that, well, you know, hits direct, it does take out, you know, more. I know they try to build up the barrier islands in front of Galveston, but, you know, there's only so much you can do. You can try to outsmart Mother Nature, but yeah, I don't think it's easy to do. Mother Nature is something else. I think it's better to learn to live with Mother Nature than try to fight against it. So I was watching yesterday, I don't know if y'all tuned in to watch Ditzy over at Diamond Painting with NMD, with Tammy. Ditzy was her special guest. And I wasn't there for the beginning. In fact, I got there towards the end. But something Ditzy said to me really stood out to me. Because they were talking about trauma, you know, our traumas. And Tammy had asked her if she had any advice for people. And she was like, you know, speak your truth. Don't diminish your truth, you know, and don't say, well, you know, at least this didn't happen to me or that didn't happen to me. And I'm like, you know, because I've always been that way. I mean, I can't imagine going out and talking about it, you know. I mean, I'd have to really know you, and you'd have to be going through some of the same things before I would share my experience. But, yeah, it really did make me think, you know. Because a lot of times I'll be like, oh, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. And then part of me thinks, well, it's not, you know. I do share things with people when I hear that they're suffering, you know. I'll say, well, maybe I can give them a little hope, you know. Anyway, there was a lot of good things said. All right, 6. There's a lot of peace. Of course, it is Valentine's, right? Okay, get up. Doesn't help that I also have this little heater plugged in. You can probably hear it. I don't know. Yeah, these are staticky. You can see the static. And one just jumped out. Alrighty. Let's see here. Y'all, I've been having to spray Static Guard in my hair, like hairspray, because it's just, I brush it in the morning and it's just, I tell you, it's, I don't like it. All right, let's see here. There we go. See, that's much better. Okay, what am I doing? 6. All right. So, on the house front, I still think there is a wonderful chance that they'll be done by mid-February, like the 14th of February. I don't even know what day that falls on, but you know, somewhere I do believe they really don't have that much more to go. I think, you know, the thing is, you know, he said last week that they'd be starting on the wood floor on Monday. Today's Friday. So I said, when do you think y'all be starting on the wood floor? They said probably Monday. So, yeah, I don't know. It seems like now they're fixing little tiny things. So it's like, I can't see progress, you know. It's like touch-up paint, stuff like that. So I can't, you know, it's hard to go, oh, wow, look at the difference, you know. But I also realize they need to get that done before they put the wood floor in. So, and the same thing with on the bottom step of the stairs, it's all wood. And it was so scuffed up and everything. So they sanded it and they're refinishing it today when we were there. You know, they got to do that before they put the wood floor down, because you don't want to put the wood floor down and then bam, spill stain, you know, so. I think they're really hoping that the wood floor will be the last of the work inside the house, you know, for the most part. It's definitely the last major part. We still haven't gotten our shower doors for either shower. But, I mean, I think the one upstairs is just going to come from, like, Home Depot or something. And the one for the master is going to be custom built, so it's going to have to come from the shower guy, which is fine. Next week we get our carpet, so the least we have to have people traipsing into our bedroom, the better. Unfortunately, we also ordered some carpet to be made into rugs for the study and the den, but you know, I don't think the wood floors will be done by then, so we'll probably have to just keep those rolled up. So, and they're going to be heavy. But that's okay. We can do it, I'm sure. I'm sure one of the kiddos will help us. Speaking of kiddos, my youngest, Jacob, I know you've heard me mention him more than once. He turned 34 on Wednesday. So that was nice. We did take him out to lunch. So that was nice. it still blows my mind when I think of how old my kids are. My daughter is 41. Yep, 41. And then my eldest son is 37. So yeah. Is that right? He was born in 87. Yeah, he turned 37 in August. Oh my God, he's going to be 38 this year. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, I was telling Jacob, I said, yeah, you know, when I was 34, you were 7 years old. He's like, wow. Because he's single, you know, so he's going to be an older dad, I think. But I think that's normal now. But I don't know. Let's see, what's going on diamond painting wise? Well, I told you that I want to do that Reagathon. I'm not even real sure how to pronounce it, but because I bought a kit specifically for it, and I didn't have any of her kits. And I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know how many colors it is. I need to look and see how many colors it is, because I do have one of my art dot drawers that's completely empty. And then my other one has, I'm only using like 4, I think. So pretty sure I have plenty to kit it up. It's just like, ugh, do I want to have 3 kits kitted up? I don't know. I mean, I don't plan on participating for prizes. Quite honestly, I don't want to have to move anything else, so I don't know. All right, let's see here. These over here a little bit. School bus. Yeah, so our kids, well, school kids had a 2-day, well, they were off on Monday anyways because of MLK Day. And then it was 2 snow days on Tuesday and Wednesday, so they had quite the break. They were not complaining. But they will be complaining when they have to make up the snow days. It was really cool on Wednesday, because it was a snow day, I'd totally forgotten. My grandson Alex got to join the live. I mean, he was, you know, there in the chat, so that was cool. One thing that did happen though, which was odd, had a lot of, I guess, trolls, like from Bangladesh, and one of them, I assume it was Russian. I don't know. It wasn't like those Cyrillic letters, and I don't know, or however you say them. Cyrillic. How do you say those names? Anyway, those kind of letters, you know what I'm talking about. And I mean, it's just like all of a sudden there was all these people that were in, and it was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, someone's trying to hijack my live, and I had never seen that before. I'd obviously never had it happen, but I don't know. They obviously were not diamond painters, which is fine. You don't have to be a diamond painter to follow me. I mean, I follow people who homestead. I don't homestead. I find people that like to remodel old farmhouses. I don't do that, but I enjoy watching. So you don't have to be a diamond painter to follow. Absolutely not. But these were just a little sketch. So fortunately, I have a lot of moderators, and they were promptly shut down, so thankfully. But it did did make me nervous. I hope it doesn't happen again. You know, it's like, why me? Yeah, why me? I don't know. Have y'all ever seen that before? I mean, it's almost, it's weird because, you know, it's all virtual, certainly, but it feels like you're being attacked. It's like, whoa, 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 what did I do to y'all? But I don't know. See, the other day, you know, a couple of days or so before I did my live, I'd gotten a comment on one of my older videos that was very strange. And so I looked at I was like, okay, I don't recognize this name. It's not a normal name. There's nothing about it. It sounds normal to me. And so I looked at their profile, and it was something about flying this, I don't know, something about Syria. And I was like, okay, I don't know why you're watching a diamond painting storage when, you know, you just created your channel. I'm like, no, I don't think you're legit. I just don't. And I have seen where people have gone into other people's, like when they do giveaways and stuff, or even if they're not doing giveaways, they'll say, hi, you know, you've won. Send me, you know, this info. And it's a scam. It's not real. So I was like, I don't want anybody like that, you know, on my videos, because I would feel like I'd have a hard time policing that. So I just, you know, deleted the comment and blocked the person. Well, it's probably just a robot, but I did block it. And I don't know if that maybe they knew that and that, you know, they called in the backups. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, let's see. But I didn't like it. But if you missed the live, go back and watch it. Mia was there. We had a really good time. A lot of laughs. I will say this. I did it differently. You know, I'm still struggling on doing lives. As far as getting, you know, figuring out how to go live. So I thought, well, this time let me try just plain old YouTube. And then I did it on my laptop, and it said you can invite somebody. I was like, oh, okay, well, I never knew that, so let's try it and see. So I invited Mia for Mia's Life with KFS. I'll also link her channel. And it was fine, but like I was doing it on my iPad, and she was basically completely frozen. So I had to get my phone so that I could keep up with chat, because I couldn't see chat on my iPad. And well, there was a lag between the, you know, what I was saying and the phone. And so that was, you know, really like confusing the heck out of me. Especially when Mia was talking, because if I looked at my iPad, I could hear her just fine, but she was frozen. And so I'd look at my phone, and it was delayed, you know. So I'm like, oh my God, where are we in our talking? You know, because she would say, so she would go to show something, and I was like, okay, let me look over here at my phone so I can see what she's saying. Well, it was behind, and I'm like, oh no, where did it go? You know, I'm trying to comment real time. It's like, oh gosh. So I'm going to get it sorted one way or the other. I think I'd rather use StreamYard, but I was just trying to figure out, you know, my goodness, is there any 6s in here? Because these are real low. Let me look. I think, I mean, I paid for StreamYards. I mean, I didn't do the free one. I did the paid for one. And, yeah, there's another 6. I thought so. So this one I'm going to have to save because I don't know if that goes with, it says February, May. So, but, yeah, I think if I just stick with one and go, you know, go with it and just master it, not even master it, but just get proficient, I should say, at it, then that would be better than going back and forth, because then I never really figure out one over the other. Which one of these did I wet? I think it's this. They feel the same. Okay. But anyway, I am getting more comfortable going live, you know, as far as talking. Because it does. It feels like you're just chatting with friends. And I'd like to start having more people on. I think on the paid version I can have a few, you know, so that'd be kind of fun. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, every Wednesday, it's 2 p.m. Central Time. So, I think that's 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And I think that is noon Pacific Time. So, I know for a lot of people, that's a bad time. I mean, I know that. A lot of people work. But, you know, I had to find one that worked for me because I still miss a lot of lives because it's not convenient for me. You know, it's like 2 o'clock my time is perfect because, yeah, it still gives me plenty of time afterwards to fix dinner, you know, all of that good stuff. And pretty much after I finish dinner, I may diamond paint for a little bit. But I go to bed pretty early and try to go to sleep, but I don't always succeed. But I usually am asleep about between 8 and 8:30 at night. But that's after, you know, 2 hours of unwinding. Now last night, started drifting off. I'm like, okay, here we go, going to sleep, going to sleep, going to sleep. And then my brain was like, hey, hey, hey. And I ended up waking, you know, it was like I was just wide awake. I was like, well, here it is, 9:30. And, you know, I've been tossing and turning since 8:30. So it's like, it's not going to happen, is it? So then I laid there and I debated. Well, I could get up and go diamond paint. And then I was like, if I get up like that, then that's going to make the dogs get up and they'll bark, you know, because something has changed. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go get my iPad and use my headphones and watch some YouTube, some mindless YouTube. Well, apparently, oh dear, oh. Apparently YouTube knew that I was having issues because the first thing that it recommended was fall asleep to stories or adult stories or something, and it was called, oh, geez, look what I've done. Okay, good. The Astronomer. Well, I thought he said Hans Christian Andersen. Thought that's what he said, but I don't know. All I know, it was a guy's voice, very soothing, very low, and it had like subtle music and like rain in the background. And then he started telling the story, and I didn't get to hear the end of the story because I woke up and it was just doing music. It wasn't doing any more story, and it was 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh, geez. So I turned everything off and went right back to sleep. So that was cool. So I need to go look at my history and find that channel and subscribe so that when this happens, I have a channel to fall back on. Because his voice was very soothing. Very, very soothing. He had one of those, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry. Had one of those British accents. And I just find those very soothing. Very, very soothing. So, yeah. But now I'm like, I'm gonna have to Google this short story, find out about this astronomer. It sure did put me to sleep. So if you have a hard time sleeping, I recommend it. In fact, if I remember, I will link the video down below. Because I know a lot of us, I'm not the only one that struggles with sleep. And that's, you know, taking trazodone and melatonin. So, yeah. I need to go check my dog food. Let me finish this, and I will, and then I'll be right back. But let me finish this first. I don't even know how long I've been going. I really need to start setting a timer. I really, really do. Really, really do. So I heard that Diamond Art Club has changed things up again. It's got new, they're using a wax, a white wax or a clear wax. I'm not clear or sure on that. Instead of the putty. The putty's going to be phased out. Which I didn't have any problems with the putty, honestly. But apparently a lot of people did. So that's a good thing about Diamond Art Club. You know, if you have issues, if you will contact them. And you know, be nice about it. You know, don't go, hey, your putty sucks. You know, no, just say, I preferred this, you know, just wanted to let you know. And if enough people feel that way, then of course we're going to change it. I mean, they're in business to please you, the customer, not themselves. So, yeah. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Is just let them know. And, you know, I guess the boxes people, now I'm imagining on the boxes, that might have been something that they did because of cost efficiency. Those boxes, the new boxes are very heavy. I like them, but they're very heavy and it's a lot of waste. But they have changed the box again. So, yeah, you know, it's just trial and error. You don't know how people are going to react until you throw it out there and say, let's see what happens. So I'm sure they're like, okay, well, let's commit to this many boxes and see what happens. I have not had one, so I cannot tell you. If I ever get one, I will let you know. I know that Katie over at Diamonds and Washi did a video on it, so you can go check her out and watch it if you want. I mean, some things I'm just like, I don't know if I like it or not. I'm gonna have to get it, open it, you know, see how everything's in there, and then I'll make my decision. You know, it's hard for me to. I'm one of those hands-on people. I learn better hands-on. So, yeah. I mean, I know some people have really strong opinions. I do too. Don't get me wrong. I feel passionate about some things, but most things, I am like, okay, whatever. You know, I mean, if it involves life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then I've got definitely have stronger opinions. But if we're talking about what kind of box my diamond painting comes in, I don't. A lot of people love the pink wax, and I did too. But now I am. And then I went to putty, and I liked putty. Then I went to Alien Putty, and I like this Intergalactic Putty. I like it a lot. It's, first of all, it's much more affordable. You get a lot more. And you can pick your own color and whatever scent you want. It's not pre-made for you. You decide, well, I want blue and, you know, whatever. Like this one has sandalwood. And it smells so good. So good. And I want to, you know, try some of my other scents, but I can't really justify doing that while it still works. But yeah. So yeah, if you haven't tried Intergalactic, I recommend it. I did unbox it and show it on my show and tell on my live last week ago. If you want to go back and see that. And Artemis turned me on to that. You know, she's from Texas, but she moved to Sweden and lives in Sweden, but she was here visiting her family, and it just turned out her family lives literally just down the street. Well, you know, 20 minutes away maximum. So we got to meet up. That was nice. And Kara came all the way from Katy. Which, you know, you think, oh, it's right by Houston. Well, it is, but you got to drive through Houston. So it's about an hour and 15 minutes. Getting through Houston is not for the faint of heart. Okay, let's see. I see a 5 here. So I'm already running low. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't remember which one I sprayed. Let's see if this makes a difference. Yeah, it does. So. Okay. I'm going to pour that in there. So yeah, getting across Houston, especially when you're trying to get from the west side to the south side, it's crazy. But anyway, when we showed up for our coffee, she was talking about it, and I was like, what? So I said, send me the shop. So she did. And I was like, well, say no more. And she and I are doing, Artemis and I are doing a cross-craft event. And so it's really just to kind of, you know, if you feel burned out for one craft, you can do another. There are going to be, I believe there's going to be weekly prizes. And then there's going to be grand prize. And grand prize is, you can do any craft you like for the weekly prizes. But for the grand prize, it has to be either a fiber arts, so crochet, knit, cross stitch, or diamond painting. And it's September, and it goes through the whole month of September. And she's the mastermind, but she asked me to help. I don't know why, because, oh my gosh, if she only knew how the ditz I am. But anyway, she is, you know, she is absolutely, it's her first event too, but, you know, she's more of an extrovert. I am an introvert all the way. So she's already got sponsors lined up, and which is good, because I would have been terrible at that. I would have been like, would you like to sponsor? No, I guess you don't. That's okay, thank you. Before I would have given them a chance to answer. I hate asking people for things. It's just, I'm trying to get better at it, and the older I get, I'm trying to, because I have a problem with that, with asking for help, you know? And it really irritates Jacob, because he's like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm on this ladder trying to do this. Mom, why don't you ask? I'm right here. And I'm like, I don't know. No, because I have fallen off ladders before, so. That's why it's a little scary for them when I get up on one. I'm just not good at it. And I get it. I mean, small shops like to do events because it helps them get their name out. And there's a lot of shops that I discovered through through events. Because I always like to try to support people the best I can. Even if I just buy one thing, that's okay. But, yeah, I'm just not good at asking. But I think it's cool that people are good at it. Oh. All this single placing. I don't know how people do all of their kits in single placing. Although I have been checkerboarding some of this 3865 that's on my flower shop ghost, because, and even then I'm like, oh, I'm not used to doing those. But in storage, I have some mica powder. So I'll just continue doing it. And then if I get it done before we move, when I get settled in, I'll get my mica powder out and go back and fix it. I don't know if I ever plan on hanging it up. But, I mean, I kind of do buy most of my diamond paintings thinking I might hang that up. But some of them I'm like, no, I won't hang it up. But I don't know, because now I have a dedicated craft room. So, yeah, I just may. I don't know. I mean, some kits I've had framed. And they do look much better like that. And then some of them I've just bought the magnetic frames, or depending on the size, you can get a pre-made frame at, Hobby Lobby or Amazon or wherever. They got quite the selection of frames at Hobby Lobby, and if you wait till they have a sale, it's like 50% off. So, you can get a picture frame for about 20 bucks for a decent one. And then, of course, you can buy some matting. They'll cut it for you, and then you just install it yourself. And, yeah, for, I don't know, 10 bucks or something. So it looks really professional. Then I've also had them actually frame kits for me. I know a lot of people don't hang up their kits. What about you? Do you? Because pretty much, I mean, yeah, there are some kits that I buy just for the whimsy. But for the most part, I mean, I don't buy kits that aren't my style. Now, having said that, I have. And so I've got some in my stash that aren't quite my style now. But when they came out, I was new, and I was like it, buy it, it's like I have to buy it. It's new, it's out, I must have it, Never really dawning on me that you're not going to have a chance to do these. So, but for the most part, yeah, I think that my style is the same. That's one thing I think I did learn in 2024 was don't buy a kit just for an event unless you like the kit. I mean, unless you're like, oh, that's my advice anyways. you know, and my thing is, would you hang it up? You know, and if the answer is hell no, then no, I'm not going to get it. But I mean, you want to support, you know, your YouTube favorites. We all do. And then you find out, I don't even like these, you know, these kids. Well, I've learned, don't continue, you know, don't buy something just for the event. If you have something or you find something that you just love that will work, then by all means. But if not, you know, don't. Like, I'm not really into mermaids. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not really. But then I did find, of course, you know, Shay actually did the kit, and I had to go buy it, but I haven't done it yet, but I'm saving it for her event because I was like, oh, I like that mermaid, you know, so I went ahead and bought it. But before I was like, I just, no. And so I didn't do the event before. Well, it was, you know, magic, or, you know, mermaids and magic. And yeah, I'm not into magic really. So, you know, we all have what we like and don't like. Although I have some kits that would work. But I wanted to get a mermaid. All right, y'all see any more fives? I do not, but I have to save these fives because I think, yep, I'm gonna need them for May as well. Okay, five. All right. I'm going to have to stop here for a second and go take care of the dog's food, and I'll be right back. Hang on. It'll be just a split second. Okay, y'all. I'm back. Looks a little dark, but I'm afraid if I turn on this light overhead that it will be such a glare that I think I'm going to have a hard time seeing. But that's okay. Let's see. Let's do number 2. We'll go for just a little bit longer because I think I've already been going for about an hour, and I don't want to go too long, you know. I know I'm always torn because some people, including myself, mind you, like the longer videos because they use them when they're working on whatever they're working on, or cleaning the house, or whatever they're doing. They don't have to change the channel that often. So I get that, but then I think some people don't, you know, they don't want to watch longer videos. So, and I even forgot to tell you that WIP is work in progress. I just assumed that everybody knows, but you know, if you're new then to diamond painting, or you know, any craft or anything, then you might not know that WIP stands for WIP, stands for work in progress. So yeah, and if you're new to my channel, I'm really happy that you're here, and I hope that, you know, I've entertained you or taken your mind off things, or, you know, I hope I served a purpose. I brought some entertainment value or something into your life, I hope. And if I did, I really would appreciate a thumbs up. It does help my channel, but I got to tell you, every time I see a like, it just is like, oh, that makes me feel so good. So if you don't mind doing that, I'd appreciate it. Of course, I'd love to hear a comment or read one of your comments. I try to respond in a very timely manner to each and every one, because that's important to me. So yeah, leave me a comment on how you're doing, what you did, while you listened, while I chatted away. And then if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to. It doesn't cost you a penny. All you do is just hit the subscribe and then turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post a video or when I go live. And if you don't click on the notification bell, I'm telling you from experience that you'll never be notified, I don't think. Because I've had to go back and figure out why I don't see anybody's videos anymore, or I'll see someone online, I'm like, well, I must not be subscribed to their channel, and I thought I was, but I guess I wasn't, and then I go look, and yes, I am, but I hadn't clicked the notification bell, so I wasn't being notified. And sure enough, as soon as I hit the notification bell, then I was notified when they had videos, so that's a good way to do it. And if you're already subscribed, well, that makes me feel really good that you did decide to come back. Yeah, that does make me feel good. I know every time I lose a subscriber, I want to go, why? What happened? Did I offend you some way? And then sometimes I just have to go, Leah, not everybody's going to like your style. Not everybody's going to like your voice. And I know I don't like my voice. So, people maybe they're just not interested in diamond painting anymore. Everybody's got their reasons. I shouldn't take it personally. I know that. I know this, but yet I still kind of do. So, yeah, I'm glad you're back. But now the dogs have eaten. Everyone liked their food. I just boiled, I'll put it in the pressure cooker, some chicken breasts and I chopped up some fresh carrots and some sweet potatoes and some broccoli florets. I think I already told you that. And cooked them in there, and then after they were done, I took them out and took the chicken out anyway, and then put the rice in there and cooked the rice and shredded the chicken with my hand mixer and added it all back in, so it was a big old slucky mess. And they thought it was delicious. And I mixed some of their kibble in with it. Maggie has, I don't know how she does it, because I make a point to stir hers up real good. So every piece of kibble is coated. Oh, and I also add a little bit of pureed pure pumpkin to their food, just a little bit. And but anyway, so I mix it up really, really good. Maggie has the ability to put each kibble in her mouth, roll it around, get all the good stuff off, and spit the kibble back out. It's like, Maggie, how do you do that? Meanwhile, Snoopy and Gus are, they're like, there's kibble in here? They're just inhaling their food. Like it's the last meal they'll ever get or something. Neither one has ever had to fight for their food. Well, I don't know about Snoopy, but because, he's a rescue. But Gus has never had to fight for his food. But he eats like someone's going to take it. And that's probably because Snoopy's usually breathing down his neck. Like, you going to eat that? So, but it's after 5 now. It's probably, I don't know, after 5:30 probably. So it's just about time for me to start my winding down process. That's where I kind of go look at my socials. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I do have a group on Facebook. It's Diamonds and Doxies. Again, if I can remember, I will link it down below. I would love for you to join a group. And I also have an Instagram you can follow me on. I'm not as good at posting there as I should be, but I do have some posts there. So please feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. let's see if I have any other exciting news. I don't think so. You know, the problem is I don't write notes. I really should. I keep a notebook by my chair in there. I really should keep notes throughout the week of things that I want to remember to tell you, because what happens is I'm like, no, I guess that's it. I guess I got nothing else to say. And then when I go to upload the video, I'm like, oh man, I meant to tell them this. I wanted to share that. And then I'll think, well, I'll do it next time. And then I forget. So, yeah, I really need to get better at that. But I'm getting tired of sitting in this chair. On my back is just, yeah, my back, and, oh, I mean, it just feels like there's a hot poker going in the middle of my back, or up my spine, I guess. But it is painful. So I can't sit very long. So I think I'm gonna have to, and I've already been sitting, you know, I have to sit there with the dogs while they eat, because Maggie is super, super slow, and they would just take her food, unless Snoopy would. I mean, he would just go there and push her out of the way and take her food. And he's 26 pounds, and she's, I don't even think she's 10 pounds. So, I think she's like close to 10, but not quite 10. So, you know who wins that? Well, Snoopy is pretty much the alpha of the dogs. What's funny is Snoopy can growl at them, and you think they just, well, Gus has gotten better. Gus used to just like fall on the ground and start screaming. And Maggie would, you know, start screaming as well. But you let Maggie growl at Gus, and Gus is like, yeah, whatever. And vice versa, you know. If Gus growls at Maggie, she's like, bring it, big guy. But not Snoopy. They have a reverence of Snoopy. First of all, you can be a jerk sometimes. But then he's a good boy. So, but you know, he's older. He'll be 10. He's pretty sure he'll be 10 this year. And you know, he's got arthritis, he's got disc issues, he's, you know, he's an old man. So, and for a dachshund, he's doing really well. But yeah. So I guess he's just getting grumpy. I don't know. Just a grumpy pup, and I understand. So I'm going to finish this one line right here, and then I think I'll call it a day for diamond painting. And I didn't get to work on any of my flower shop ghosts. That's okay. And I just know that next week is the end of January, so, and Reagathon starts in February. I think it does. So, and I really don't want to kit it up. I can't have 3 projects going, y'all. I only have 1 desk. And right now I'm doing flower shop ghosts, the breakfast room table, because it's too big to do at my desk. So, anyway, all right. Well, I think I have yapped enough. And I absolutely appreciate every one of you who watches my videos. It means the world to me. I'm not just saying that, I mean that. So yeah, thank you so much. And again, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're up to. I absolutely want to know what you're up to. So anyway, y'all, until next time, or maybe I'll see you on next Wednesday for my live. But you should be seeing me before then for unboxing of Jaded Gem Shop and a Diamond Art Club. And maybe something else. I don't know. Anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.